Welcome back to The Person Everyone Needs. I am your host, Webb Hoggard, and today I want to talk to you about something that's been brought to my attention here in the recent days. I've had some moments this summer that have brought me really low. I've had some moments this past summer that my courage hasn't been quite what I like it to be and stay. And I even had a good friend of mine in the recent days ask me, am I struggling in my confidence? And the answer to that is yes. And they asked me what I thought confidence was. And I know that the real answer that every Christian should say is total reliance on the Holy Spirit to the point that you can be positive that He's going to take care of things. You can be full of hope. And confidence is more of the heart posture of what we think of when we think of the word strength. It's like the heart posture. It's like the idea that I have what it takes, I have what I need, and we're going to make it through. It's going to be fine. So we live in a world right now where it seems like the tactics of, we're in a political season. So a lot of the things they're using is fear, and fear does whatever it can to remove your confidence in the economy, confidence in your future, confidence in the pharmaceutical companies, confidence that we'll be able to fight in the next military conquest, confidence in the mental stability of a candidate, confidence in the moral stability of a candidate, confidence in whether or not the platform that you want to be seen or whatever the reasons that you vote the way you do are going to be upheld. A lot of times, I don't know, do we not recognize that these people are talking out of both sides of their mouth, that what they say they're going to do so they can garner the vote of a certain constituency is not exactly what they end up doing? That doesn't matter to us. But whatever it is that they're doing, they're constantly like throwing darts at the other side, which is to reduce our confidence in the other side. But there's got to be a better way to do this than the only way to receive confidence in a candidate is to remove confidence in another candidate. There's got to be a better way to do that. Why isn't there an actual leader who will stand up and just say, this is who I am, this is what we need, and this is the direction we're going to go? That's where confidence is coming from. And I'm not a political person. I don't like to talk about those things. But as I was thinking about the word confidence, I looked it up, and Webster says that confidence is being self-assured. I think it actually said something along the lines of like a person who walks confidently. And I'm like, well, of course. I mean, that's but what does it mean? So it says something that's self-assured. I looked and saw what the word actually came from. It came from the idea of fidelity. So that's what the word root there is. It's about you can trust it. You know that thing is going to remain true, so you can trust it. So it comes from the idea of fidelity. So a confident person they know the outcome. They may not know to the T, they can't see the future, but they know the outcome is going to be the same. Most likely it's going to be the same thing that they're ready for. They're going to be able to take whatever's coming to them. They know that they can handle whatever's coming in front of them, and they're going to be fine with it. So I just want to mention this since I did bring up politics. By the way, a year from now, all the rhetoric will be gone. We might hate or love the new person that is in the White House, but the truth is, all the things that they're telling you to be so afraid about, a year from now, it'll be on the back of our mind because not because those realities won't be coming to pass, but because it hadn't been shoved down our throat any longer. And it'll be up to you to have the fidelity to be faithful into the life that you're going to. So the confidence that you have like a year from now, you should go ahead and take it today. Now have the confidence to go and vote your beliefs and all those kinds of things. Please do that. Exercise your right. But the truth is, like, confidence it comes from the idea that I'm going to make it, that this is trustworthy, that I don't have to be afraid. So I took that word and I went, and having full trust is what it means. That's what confident, having full trust. So the question that I wanted to ask you is, like, where does your trust lie? Does your trust lie among the economics, among the politicians, among even your church? Does your confidence lie in the friends around you, what people are saying to you, the way they are acting with you? Or does your confidence lie deeper, perhaps Is there a confidence, when you have your mental health or your physical health, or when things are happening right for you, when you are meeting your goals and your dreams are being realized? Where does that confidence come from? What area in your life helps you to feel grounded, trust, flat-footed, understood, the placement of where you want to be? Where is the area of your life that when you have this under control, it's good? For me, I realized recently that when I have some of my health things going in the wrong direction, it's really hard for me to feel confident in anything else. I also know something else. When my finances aren't angled at the right direction, there's a part of me that feels unsettled. And so relationships, good land. When there's a close relationship that seems to not be on par, that makes me feel very unconfident, like I don't know what to trust. And so the truth is, what I wish for you is that your trust would be laid on something more foundational than economics, relationships, and all those other things. That my wish, my hope for all of us is that our confidence would lie solely on Jesus, that even our own health would not skew us from remembering that we are sons and daughters of God, that our confidence would be laid on something that is unmovable, is unshakable, and that is the attention and love that God has for each of us. After I looked up the word confidence and realized that it means having full trust, I went and looked to see what the word trust meant. And the word trust comes from the idea of being strong, being able to make it. Now, I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole here as I was looking at these different words. So then I looked to see what the word strong comes from. Like that's what the derivative of trust, it comes from the idea of strong. And the word strong gets its derivation from the word string, right? So that's not what we usually think of when we think of strong. We think of muscles or we think of steel, but it actually comes from the idea of string. And it was a way that people would comment on how useful the string was. String. So that's what they would say. It was strong, and that's where they get the word from. So what is string? String is the twisting of very thin threads together. It is twisting very thin threads together so that it'll be useful for tying other things down or tying other things together. So here's what I know. We are communal beings, and all of us are made up of a whole bunch of little strings. And if those strings are taken care of and they're strong, then as those things get wrapped together, as they're twisted together, that person, that thing, that string is strong enough to bind together great big things that are much heavier, things that are much bigger. It's able to bind those things together because of how strong the string is. And so I was thinking, as I got this long line of little threads kind of put together, I realized that no matter what it is that I want it to be, what I would love for us to settle, like I said I wanted this to settle like that it's on God, our confidence is on God. But the truth is, confidence apparently comes from all of the things being strong enough that when they're twisted together, they can maintain a good life. And can you imagine when we're all working together, how strong that can be? So when all of us are healthy, are trustworthy, let's say it that way, or that the string is not easily torn or ripped or broken or taken down, can you imagine how much we can keep together when we are all healthy and strong, when those things that have been twisted together for us is the case? So here's the thing, when it talks about string, the way you know how strong a string is when it gets tested. When it is actually wrapping around something, like a string on a spool, it doesn't matter how strong it is. It's when string gets put to the test. And most of you know that when you put a certain type of string, perhaps a cord or whatever, it can even play music. Those things that are wrapped tight like that, those metal strings, they can play music, which even, rope can make music. You can have it at different tunes if you put it right. A string that is strong, really strong, has so many uses, but a string that is weak is something you can't have a lot of confidence in. So What are the areas of your life that you've allowed to become weak, to become easily broken, shattered perhaps? What are the areas of your life that you need to get back on track so that you can go back to that feeling of trusting yourself and then having confidence, and then you can walk in the confidence of not that I'm all good and I've got it all taken care of, but you've got the confidence that I can make it because I have what it takes. I think that's for every one of you out there. Maybe there's some areas of your life that you've let go too far. You've let it go too long. Your finances are a wreck. You're relying on too many other factors, and you need to take control back of your life so that you can live a strong and courageous life. And what that ends up looking like is a person of confidence. And so that's what I want for you. Not arrogance. I don't need you to be prideful or cocky. I think a person that everyone needs is someone who walks around knowing tomorrow is better than today, that I can make it because of the one that is with me. I don't need to be afraid. I can love others. I can be generous with others because I know that my plate will always have enough on it for me to have what I need. And that is a person who walks around like that. That's the person that everyone needs.